Ladies, get yourself a Jay-Z.
Uh-oh.
Get
Wait a
yourself.
minute.
No. Okay. Listen,
Okay. I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead.
I don't know the ins and outs of Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage. I don't know what type of man he is overall, but just from the outside looking in, just get yourself a Jay-Z, ladies, okay? Welcome to a Love Like That podcast, where we get real about love, growth, and building a marriage that thrives.
We're Jacquelyn and Brandon, a dynamic husband and wife duo whose love story began back when we were fresh teenagers. From our teen years to college and beyond, through all the breakups and makeups, and it was a lot, y'all, we always found our way back to each other.
Listen, when we got married in 2011, our first year was a real trial and error year. We were literally learning on the job, and at times, we had some real doubts about this thing called marriage.
But we humbled ourselves, and with learning to be vulnerable, selfless, and to replicate God's love towards each other, we were blessed to learn how to not just be married, but happily married.
As relationship coaches, authors, parents, and most importantly, teammates for life, we believe that stronger marriages create stronger families, and stronger families help create even better communities. Through honest conversation and some humor, we're here to help equip you with the tools you'll need to navigate marriage like pros and create the marriage that you deserve.
Because a thriving marriage isn't accidental, it's intentional.
Join us and let's grow together. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of a Love Like That podcast. I'm Brandon.
I'm Jacquelyn.
And this is episode number 27, I think. 28?
That's right.
27, I think. Yeah.
The record keeper. Back at it.
Back at it again. Back at it again. How you feeling?
I'm feeling excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
Feeling good?
Yes, babe. It's always a blessing to sit across from you. You are my constant in an uncertain world. I know, everyone is just feeling these unprecedented times with this unprecedented behavior.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
I see what you
the
did there.
double entendre. Shout out.
Oh, you really have been studying.
I've been listening.
So during this whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake
I've
beef,
been listening.
she's been listening to me have debates and conversations about this, and so now she knows what double entendre is.
I do. I don't even know if that was the right use of it, but hey, I'm soaking up info, baby. I am listening. I'm a sponge of knowledge.
All of that.
Yes,
I'm telling you. Well, no, I'm glad that you're feeling good, that you're doing good. You look good. All of that in between. We have been just ripping and running. So much has been going on. We had to go to a funeral for my aunt. My aunt passed away a few weeks ago. So yeah, we had to go. Yeah, we had to go say goodbye to her. But we had a good time with family, just enjoying good memories.
Yes.
And, the kids got a chance to hang out with some relatives and got a chance to see some areas that they probably wouldn't see as far as a lot of the areas I used to visit growing up. So it was good.
Yeah,
it was good from that perspective.
Trip down memory lane. I think it was definitely educational. They went to several different cities,
Right.
So different purposes. So.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So I know we had that going on. And then obviously just catching up on everything else. We got the Grammys just finished up. So one thing about me, I love February because it's Grammys, Super Bowl, All-Star Weekend, Oscars.
It's all the things.
So it's all those things that are in there. Probably not even All-Star Weekend this year. I'm just not into it this year.
I know, I'm sorry, babe.
As an NBA fan, over the last 35 years, basically the majority of my life, I have always been big about All-Star Weekend. Not really caring for it this year. So I was talking with one of my other friends, and he was like, "Brother, it's gonna free up your life and go out and
Mm.
enjoy some time. Because my wife knows All-Star
Yes,
Weekend.
yes.
Don't ask me to do
He was
nothing.
like, I don't ask for much.
I don't ask for much,
I
but
don't
give me
ask for
All-Star
much.
Weekend,
Give me all,
Saturday.
yep.
If you can give me Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's great. I'll take Saturday and Sunday. But this year, they've done so much to it. I'm not even sure if I even really care about it. So, I don't know. We're gonna have to figure out something to do this for All-Star Weekend.
Okay, well, first of all, doesn't All-Star Weekend correspond with Valentine's Day
Is it
weekend?
this? Is it?
It's all, see, I try to be
Let's see.
respectful because
Oh yeah. So okay. So it does. So we were gonna do something anyway, but
yeah.
Valentine's Day is on Valentine's Day is on a Friday this year. So Saturday and Sunday would have been open regardless. So if I actually cared for All-Star Weekend, I would have been open.
Absolutely, absolutely. He definitely will
Yeah.
give me my
Yeah.
day,
I'll
and
make
I
sure
would
she
have
has her day.
definitely, out of respect, given him
Yeah.
that Saturday and Sunday. But now to know that the world is our
Oh,
oyster all weekend long.
now if
Listen,
they decide to come back with
uh,
something good,
you heard it here
if they come
first,
out with
folks.
if they come out with a good product, then
You heard it here
I'm
first.
going back to the NBA, my first love. Well, I mean, listen, we have actually had a really good compromise because I will watch NBA games, go to NBA games, go to these events, go to All-Star Weekend, go to wherever if I can make it.
Yes.
But since we have been married, I understand that, hey, there's give and take on certain things. So, okay, so regular season, I get it. Maybe not catch by all the games or whatever the case is, because quality time with you and the family, the kids. Now we have gone to games and done that together, so we
Now,
do that.
love,
But
love.
that is important. So we do it that together. But if I'm not able to go to a game or watch a game, she'll give me All-Star Weekend and then playoffs. So I said, just give me All-Star Weekend, playoffs, and finals.
Yeah.
You give me that, I can worry about all the other stuff. So I have learned to compartmentalize everything within that. But got a chance to watch the Grammys. That was really cool. Let me say this though, and I know you guys are gonna look at me like I'm crazy, but ladies, get yourself a Jay-Z.
Uh-oh.
Get
Wait a
yourself
minute.
no. Okay, listen.
Okay. I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead.
I don't know the ins and outs of Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage. I don't know what type of man he is overall, but just from the outside looking in, just get yourself a Jay-Z, ladies, okay? Because the way that man has fought for his wife to get that album of the year.
Mhm. Talk about it.
Seriously. No. I mean,
This is the music historian, guys.
but I'm just saying it correlates this music, but it correlates to marriage. Seriously, because I think just as spouses, that's what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to fight for your spouse.
Yeah.
And you guys should be on the same page as understanding what each other's visions are and how can I help you reach your goal.
Yes.
Okay?
Partnership.
Right. It's partnership. And what I'm going to do is put my best foot forward to help you reach your goal however I can. You ask me you ask me, what I need from you or what you need from me or whatever the case is, and we actually put a plan together to make it work.
Yeah.
Last year at the Grammys, Jay-Z got on that stage after he was receiving the Icon Award, and instead of just going on and on about him, he was talking about some of the things that he's seen in the industry, but also how he believes, basically, essentially, how it's an injustice that his wife has the most Grammy awards of all time, but yet she doesn't have album of the year. Right. And so understanding what type of level he is at in the weight that he has in that music industry, in the music business, I knew that what the play was for next year. I was like, watch, next year she's gonna come out the new album and then watch that end up getting nominated for album of the year. Like a week later after he made that speech on Super Bowl, they did the announcement that Cowboy Carter was coming out, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Conveniently, they did a Christmas halftime show. They never done that for a Christmas game for NFL when she did the halftime show right at the end of when they were doing voting for the Grammy Awards, right during that same time. So I said, it's a clearly a play.
Lines up.
I was like, it's a clear play for Beyonce to show that she really wants this album of the year. Please give her this album of the year so we can stop hearing about this. And Jay-Z did his part, and he played his part and got her in line because Roc Nation takes care of the entertainment for the NFL. Made the speech at the Grammys last year, got the halftime show, and then this year at the Grammys, she ended up getting album of the year. which should not have been a surprise. So I'm just saying, get you a man, ladies, get you a man, or if you have a man, make sure that make sure that your man is able to fight for you and work
Set you
to
up.
represent you however they
Yeah.
can to set you up for you to achieve your goals.
Yeah, set you
Now,
up
let me say
for.
this as well. This is not taking away any merit from her because she has been very hardworking and deserving. She probably deserved a couple of Album of the Year awards on previous albums.
Okay.
But this one right here, I would say Jay definitely fought to make sure that she got that one. So,
Advocacy. I love
forget
it.
all the musical stuff, forget all the politics of music business, et cetera, et cetera. Just as a husband, I tip my hat to him. I think that
Absolutely.
is what you are supposed to do. You're supposed to look out for the best interest of your spouse, of your wife,
Yes.
of your partner, your teammate,
Yes.
and that I just I give credit. I give credit to to Jay-Z on that. Seriously,
Absolutely give credit to where credit is due. And that just really speaks to the power of partnership.
yeah,
Like it definitely, you're setting your partner up to take the best shot. Like period, point
exactly.
blank. And you're seeing them when, clearly others may not be seeing them in that light, So
Right,
I
and we
know.
don't know anything about their marriage. We don't, but just from that
Right.
perspective,
But I guess the fact that she felt like she was passed over several times for an
yeah,
award,
because
and
clearly awards mean a lot to her.
yeah, yeah.
And
So
to
yeah,
him,
we don't know the other part,
yeah, but
but that's why, I was gonna side eye a little bit.
side eye me for
Heard a little elevator behavior. However, sorry, didn't describe, but that's what I'm saying in terms of advocacy.
yeah.
Absolutely,
Advocates for his wife, and
absolutely.
I
Okay.
love that for him. I love that for her. I love that for them. I think it's a great thing, So shout out to the Carters, and much respect to the Carters as well.
Yes,
So just wanted to give them a little shout out on that. That was just my little sidebar conversation
Hey,
for the fellas.
that's right.
Because really,
Advocate for your wife.
advocate for your wife and just
Period.
and vice versa, like women advocate for your men too. I know that ladies are going to do that too, for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
So I definitely believe that though. What else has been going on? I saw a clip online. I want to share this with you. Okay, I want you to I want to get your thoughts on this as well. Okay, so this woman, I forgot her name that quick, but anyway, she's talking about men, food, and thoughts. Check it out.
So I keep seeing women on social media saying that their men are passive or indecisive about what they want to eat. That ain't what it is. Men don't want to dedicate any mental resources to thinking about food. If you ask a woman what she wants for dinner, she says, I don't care. You pull up to the taco spot, she's going to look over at you and say, honey, I wasn't really in the mood for tacos. You ask a man what he wants for dinner, he says, I don't care. You put a plate of meatloaf in front of him, he's going to look up and say, thank you, honey, this looks delicious. He's going to eat it all, and he's going to get an extra helping. Just to show you how much he supports you, just putting something on the plate and taking that off his plate. Pun intended. Men don't want to think about no food. When men say they want a woman that can cook, what they're really saying is they just want a woman that manages the meals and the food and the grocery shopping and the meal planning, because they don't want to have to think about that. If there's money in the budget, if your family got it like that, that man don't care if you Uber in some food. That man don't care if you order in some food. It ain't about you standing in the kitchen with an apron on. He don't want to have to think about it. Y'all make stuff too hard. You know what the man like? Take one of them regulars off the roster, put it on the plate, and get on with it. Not that hard. It's really not.
Regulars off the roster. That's right, and keep that in the rotation.
Now, would you agree with that?
And just our dynamic. Yeah.
I would say that is definitely
Would say
that's
now
definitely
I
us.
wake up and
Well, you're a foodie, yeah. You
I know I'm kind of like, it's an experience with the food. Like, close the door, all of it. We are finally alone. Just all of that's food.
sound kind of
Sometimes
personal.
it is, but good food. So, anyways,
Yeah,
for my husband, it's just he always talks about how he eats like a bird, like just enough to fly. Like, I'm
just
like,
enough to fly,
what?
right?
I need it just a whole feast. So, anyways, in terms of that, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
You're
because I'm
not too
like,
picky. You
whatever's.
like your regular stuff. Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Switch it up, throw a little, glitter on,
Yeah, I mean, you switch up every now and then,
your
whatever. But for the
in
most
the
part,
rotation, but not for real. When I say a little glitter, I mean
right.
a speck.
A spec.
Okay.
But what she said though, I thought was really interesting. Baby, what do you want to eat? And whatever, honey. And then we go to whatever place, and then it's like, well, baby, I really want this. That is what I have learned about you. It's like, yeah, I just need something to eat. Well, what do you want? You want to go here? No, not
Because
really. It's like, okay,
to
well then you pick.
yeah, I know.
And then, but then we're the bad guys when we don't pick
So
whatever the
now
case is.
equals something that's
That's what.
see, yeah, you guys like, hey, if this is what we like, this is what we like. And I'm like, this is what I like, and it's going to be a treasure, and I'm going to eat
Oh,
it up
this is what I like, along with 18,000 other things.
along with finding new adventures,
Hey, I like what
It's
I
that
like.
Dora the Explorer vibes. Like
Yeah, that is you.
I want to like discover. Like, oh, we found this. Now what else is there?
Okay.
But it's, but you have Old Faithful.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we know you are going to be good to us.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see, like you just have to have all the taste, like all of the rainbows.
All of the rainbows. Okay, gotcha. All
Um,
right. Well, thank you for your opinion on that,
yeah, no,
Jacquelyn,
I'm
aka
here all week.
Miss Foodie. Okay. All right, but let's go ahead and get to the next part. It is drum roll. It is Jackie Says.
I am always excited to share with the world. All right, guys. So I know we just kind of feel like where I live, I can only speak to where I live. We've had some unusual, unusual weather.
Very unusual.
Yeah, we had snow twice in a year. And we really only see
Twice in a
snow.
month. Yeah.
I'm sorry, thank you. Twice in a month.
Right.
Well, we really only see snow, what, every 5, 6 years? The last snow was
It's been
5 years
it's
ago.
been rare. It's been rare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that I feel like, everything that's going on in the West Coast, it's just everything going on and I mean, the
The world
capital,
has
the
gone
world
crazy.
is, yes, it's a whole bunch. And so the message is now is not the time to be divided.
Mm.
Now is not the time. You step out the door. It feels different. It's lonely out there, guys. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, anyways, I need everybody to pause and look at your neighbor.
Say neighbor.
Your neighbor being hopefully your spouse, your intended, whoever. But that one for you. And say, neighbor.
Neighbor.
Thank you. How can we work this out? How can we work this out? How can we figure out? How can we get to the bottom of what has thrown us off track? How can we get back to where we used to be? Like, whatever the question that needs to be asked, ask the question, have the conversation. Now is the time that we definitely need to come together as one, come together as really, a community, a human race, and so just with all of the divide in the world, we don't want to have further divide in, your households, just that be a point of contention where when you feel like the world is, you're out there fighting in the world. And so there is power in partnership. Good times ahead. Just gotta make it past some uncomfortable places and some rocky roads, but I assure you that two is better than one. So
Amen.
let's figure out how we can work it out. So we need each other moving forward.
Make the work do the work.
Yeah, make the work do the work. All of it.
Amen.
And that is it.
Amen. Amen. I love it. I love it. I love it. I appreciate that one right there. That was a good one. And that was Jackie Says, sponsored by somebody. Actually, you know what? No, it's sponsored by our book, The Marriage Bubble.
That's it.
That's who the, that's who the segment is brought to you by. It's brought to you by The Marriage Bubble. Make sure that you guys go get your copy today online. Go to our link tree, go to our Amazon, and you can order your copy online and get
you and a friend.
for you or for a friend, for a couple that's getting ready to get married, for a couple that you know that you want to get them on the right foot, whatever it is, however it is, go order a copy of our book, The Marriage Bubble, brought to you by yours truly.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and get into our part. I said I'm feeling like this segment should be called Coach's Corner, so that's what we're going to call it.
Coach's Corner, I like that.
So yeah, if you guys joined us on our last podcast, we decided to start doing Q&A sessions. So if you guys want to send in or share your questions or your thoughts or ideas with us, and you want us to read it on the podcast, make sure that you go hit us up at alovelikeThatLLC@gmail.com. All right, again, that's alovelikeThatLLC@gmail.com. And also, shameless plugs while we're doing plugs, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Instagram, all that, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, sign up for our next events that we have coming up here as well. Some really good challenges there coming up. So make sure that you guys follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, iHeartRadio, the whole 9 yards. You already know how to find us. All right.
All right. So, dear Love Like That, I've been listening to your show for a while now, and I truly appreciate how you help couples navigate the ups and downs of marriage. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I never thought I'd be writing in, but here I am, hoping you can offer some insight. Lately, I've been feeling my husband is keeping things from me. He's not doing anything obvious, like sneaking around at odd hours or hiding his phone, but something just feels off. He's been more distant, distracted, and when I ask if something is wrong, he brushes it off or changes the subject. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but it's really hard not to let my mind wander. Is he stressed about something? Is there something he's afraid to tell me? Or worst case scenario, is he hiding something I should be worried about? I love my husband and I want to trust him, but I also don't want to ignore my gut feeling. How do I approach this without pushing him away or making him feel like I'm accusing him of something? How can I help to open up if there really is something going on? Looking forward to your advice. Sincerely, Left in the Dark.
So I think for this one here, first of all, thank you for submitting your question. There's a saying that in order to make friends, you have to be one first. So in this situation here, if you want him to open up to you and you want him to be vulnerable, you want him to be honest with you, you want him to be transparent with you, if you want to really know what's going on in his head to communicate better, you have to set the tone for that first on your side. What I just know about, it's not even about men, it's just about human beings in general, the psychology of it. Sometimes in order, if there is anything, there may not be anything at all, but I just understand sometimes you have to set the tone and give a little on your side as well. And so, or you could just say, hey, babe, I really feel like we haven't had a chance to really spend time and true connectivity and true connection time together. I would love to, set aside, 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever case is just for us, you and I, to just sit and just be, or to just talk. And during that conversation, it could be small talk. And then you could, share something that may be heavy on your heart, something that, that allows them to feel that you are being vulnerable, that you're being honest and forthcoming about something. It could be something big or small, but you're setting the platform, you're setting the tone and creating the environment for your spouse to be able to feel comfortable saying, wow, you know what? They really thought enough of me to come to me with this situation here. So you know what? I should be able to feel comfortable enough to return a favor. If you guys have had that type of relationship where there is understanding between each other and that there really hasn't been a lot of issues. I know with certain couples that have had those issues, that can be difficult. But really setting the tone. So if you want to have that transparency and honesty and being forthright with you, you have to do that as well. You have to make sure that you are proactive in showing that to him. Um, because if he sees it, then he will know to emulate it or to understand. Hey, you know what? She's giving me a lot of transparency, a lot of connection time. And if he really is a man of quality, he will understand he needs to honor that and value that, and to return that and to reciprocate that back to you as well. Um, just setting the tone. I know there have been times, where we may not necessarily be seeing eye to eye or haven't connected properly, and so you will make sure to make time for me, or we'll say, hey, let's just have a moment just to just to be with each other, and vice versa. So that's something that I would recommend. Um, and is he hiding something I should be worried about? It may not be anything at all. I mean, I would say, if you know his friends, yeah, you want to assume the positive, never go for the worst. Now, here's the thing. I do notice as well, women and that whole women's intuition thing, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. I've learned that over the years. Sometimes it's just, y'all being paranoid. Um, so that's a 50-50. But that's why it's intuition or whatever the case is. Um, it could be nothing, but here's the thing though. Uh, as long as you are doing your job of keeping lines of communication open, you have a fighting chance of him being open and honest and transparent with you as well. And as long as you're setting the expectations of, hey, I want us to be able to talk to each other at the same time, we don't judge, we listen, we don't judge type of situation. That's really what it is. When people feel like you will not judge them, they are more likely to actually open up to you, to talk to you, to receive whatever feedback that you may have, or to receive the love that you may give to them in their wanting to be open and honest with you. So that's what I say. Uh, in order to have the honesty, you have to make sure that you're being honest, that you're creating the environment to show that honesty can live in your household. And just me personally, I mean, there's so much going on in the world, like you said, there's so much going on in the world for me to have to come home and feel like I cannot be myself or to not share anything. There may be things I may have to be mindful of. At the end of the day, the husband's job is to protect. And it's not just about physical, it's about mental, psychological, emotional. So I get that. There may not necessarily always be things that you have to say immediately. But at the same time, though, I do believe that if there is something that, my wife, who is my best friend, my partner, my ride or die, my go-to person, needs to be in the know of it at some point in time. You know, and at some point in time, I don't mean when it's too late. but but yeah, exactly. It's already hit the fan. But there needs, as long as there's been a level of transparency there. Like I said, we want to have that level of comfort where you can do that. My home is my refuge and my place of just peace, and so there's peace in my house because I choose to give peace. And so, and my wife helps to create that peace in my household, and I make sure to do the same as well. So, um, set the tone, set the environment for the honest conversations. Make sure that you're giving him some type of honesty, that feeling of connection, that way that he can say, you know what, there is something I need to be able to give to you. Because once a man is relaxed, then he will give you everything that you need. He really will. He'll tell you whatever it is. If I feel relaxed enough to have that conversation, there's no pressure, there's no whatever the case is, we'll talk. Men are not necessarily we're considered not the best communicators, or we don't talk much, whatever the case is. But really, when we get behind closed doors and we're comfortable, and we actually know that we can talk to our spouse, we will talk. We will talk because men, we hold a lot of stuff in, and we hold a lot of stuff on our shoulders. So if we can have that support, that ear that we can talk to our wife, that's the best thing ever. So as long as he understands that you can be that and that you are that to him, I guarantee whatever it is, he will make sure that he that he speaks to you. He will. He will. There's no way around it. And obviously, you know, if you set those parameters, you set that tone for that, and you're finding other challenges or issues, you'll start to see them come out more and more and more. Because what happens is this. darkness hates the light. The more light you give him, the more if there is anything dark that he's hiding, the darkness will start to kind of start to kind of ramble and kind of try to hide somehow. So the more you give, the more it's going to either lead him to you, or you're going to see more obvious signs. You're going to see more obvious signs that are going to tell you everything that you need to know. That's my advice. That's my tip right there. I'll send you an invoice. So no invoices, all in love. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, all of that works for you guys, and that you guys will continue to be blessed in your marriage, in your relationship. And like I said, make sure that you I definitely want to get a follow-up on this. So hit us up as well. Let us know how
Yeah,
it
let
turned
us
out.
know how you guys are doing.
That's how everything turned out, though. I mean, that was a good one right there, though.
Yeah,
That was a good one. I mean,
definitely love
I'm trying to think. There have definitely been times where I was like, gosh, I do not want to go to my wife about this. Not necessarily because I didn't want to, just because I was like, it's a lot.
Yeah, uncomfortable things. That's why it's called
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
right. It's the opposite of comfortable.
Yeah, no, I get it 100%. And so I love that, I think the thing about marriage for us is just being able to like bounce those ideas off people and ask people and just kind of having good, people in our corner
Hmm.
who wanted to be married,
Yeah.
who enjoyed being married. And so I appreciate, her for even,
Yeah.
reaching out.
Side note, I just thought about this though. If you guys, depending on how your relationship is built and your marriage is built, sometimes you can just be really just straight up and just be like, you know what? I don't know why I'm feeling this. Tell me if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, fine. But I feel like something's going on with you. And I'm concerned because I really want you to be okay. How can I help you? Is there something going on? If there is, how can I help? Because there's just something in my spirit. I just want to make sure that we're good, but more importantly, that you're good, babe.
Mm.
That I don't know any man that's not gonna receive that well, unless he's just a narcissist or just completely whatever. But any good man is
There's
gonna
some of
receive
that
that well.
too. Right.
Right. They're gonna receive that. Sometimes that it's all in how you say it. Sometimes it's not about what you say. You can be completely blunt and honest about it, but sometimes it's
It
just how
absolutely
you
is
say it.
how you
That
say it.
right there I will really get it. And then also they'll start to sense, if as a husband, he'll say, wow, what am I doing that's making her feel this way? I need to check myself and my energy when I'm here at the house, because I want her to feel at peace. So maybe I need to make sure that I tell her a little bit more about little things here and there. That way she understands what's going on. So that
Right.
way she understands that she feels at ease about me being at ease, because you guys are connected now. You guys are one. Obviously, yes, you are two individuals, but in the grand scheme of things, you guys are one within the
Right.
covenant.
Absolutely.
So that right there. So if you come in it like that, hey, I don't know why, but I'm having this feeling that you know, you might be dealing with something or whatever the cases are. I just want to make sure that you're okay. You seem like you're a little stressed, or that something seems a little off. Is there something I can do to help you? Is there something going on? How can I be, how can I be there for you? Or what is that you need from me? Or how can we, whatever. As long as you come in from that perspective and they can feel that it's coming from a loving
Right.
place.
That's exactly it.
As long as you're coming from a loving place and you know
Yes.
how to word it properly and communicate it properly,
Right.
and that comes with practice. The more you talk to someone, the better of a communication that you will have with the individual. So that's my secondary piece to that. Just when you were talking,
All that,
it
honestly.
just reminded me of that though.
Yeah.
But anyway, though, but yeah, I mean the communication piece is so vital, in just being able to be forthright and honest about those things. And like I said, coming from a place of love is really important, for both the husband and the wife. You have to come from a place of love and from a place of I'm here to help you win.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm not trying to get you in a gotcha moment.
Right.
It's really, I just want to make sure if you're slipping, you're falling. I just need to know so I can help in whatever way, or I can love you in whatever way. It's so many different ways. But anyway, um, that's just I thought that was really
I mean, honestly, there you go. Boom, boom, boom.
right.
Like, seriously.
So yeah.
What else is there to say?
So thank you for the letter. We're not going to belabor this podcast too long. Like I said, we want to kind of keep it underneath the 30 minutes aspect, or close to about the 30, 40-minute remark or whatever. I mean, really, we could go for as long as we want to, but we're trying to just get everything packed in within a certain time frame.
Yeah.
But anywho, before we go ahead and wrap this up here, a little words of wisdom, a little motivation for you guys, words of wisdom for you all. And I don't have a segment name for this yet, but eventually I'm going to work on that one. I got Coach's Corner.
Yes, yes.
I got Coach's Corner. We have Jackie Says.
Moment.
We have Jackie Says. And we're going
to. Mr. Brandon.
Yes. Yes.
I like that. And then I can do the Mr. Brandon.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Got it.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do. This is for marriages. This is for people. This is for individuals. This is for single people. This is for everybody. But this first part I'm going to say as from a married perspective, but then it's going to go into a general perspective. If you and your spouse hang around 4 other other married couples who are having challenges, you are guaranteed to be the 5th. If you hang around 9 broke people, you're guaranteed to be the 10th. If you hang around 20 negative people, you're guaranteed to be the 21st. Okay? Everything it's atmosphere is contagious. Everything is right. Everything is intention. They say, show me the 5 people that you hang around with the most, and I'll show you who you are. The 5 people you hang around with the most represent who you are as a person, not who you like the most. It's who you hang out with. I could say I like Obama, but whatever the case. But if I don't hang out with Obama, that's not my circle of influence. Yes. Or whatever the case is. So it's about who you hang out, right? It's who you're hanging out with. Yes, okay. Yes. So you have to watch who your environment, who you are surrounding yourself with in your environment, what your energy is being surrounded by, what your conversations are with people, if you're having like-minded conversations or conversations that you actually care about, that you want to have. So for us, we were very intentional in our marriage about hanging and surrounding ourselves with couples who actually wanted to actually be happily married.
Major part.
Wanted. And I say that they were, but they both wanted to be happily married. Making a decision, and we did the work to actually get there. Okay. Because it's always going to be work, but have worked on it with their due diligence, and we were able to find our people, our couples, and same thing just in our own individual lives. I was very intentional about that in my early 20s, mid 20s, about finding a circle of people that were going to that were on the same mind frame and wave that I was, and lo and behold, I actually started creating that group and that circle for me. And what it does for your life, it changes your life. It changes the trajectory of your life and how it goes, how you think about yourself. And I always say, how you think about yourself is how you speak about yourself. How you speak about yourself is how you'll act on life, and how you act on life will determine how life will act on you. So that's just something I really believe in. So, your surroundings, if you can't change your environment changes you. So be that light in that darkness that you have. And if you see that that's not changing anything, you need to figure out, how can I be surrounded by people who are really about the right things in life? How can I be around people who are going to elevate me, who are going to move me in the right direction? Another saying, if you're the smartest person in your group, you need to get a new group. Right. And that's really the truth right there. So find a way to be intentional about finding your new people, finding your new crew. Find your tribe. Exactly. Thank you. I was looking for that. Find your tribe. Okay. Find your tribe of entrepreneurs if you're an entrepreneur. Find your tribe of happily married couples if you're a married couple. You're trying to find other couples who are like-minded or want to do certain things, because you will feed off of each other and you will build the community that you desire for yourself and for your life. And this is important, because this isn't just about you. This is about legacies that are coming after you as well. So I know for us it's important because we have children and we want to make sure our children see us thriving.
Absolutely.
Not just financially, socially, business wise, but just happy in our own house.
Right.
And because they need to be able to see what that looks like as well. So always make sure that you are creating the environment that you want for yourself and have that group, have that tribe with you. Okay. So like I said, understand, find the tribe that's going to put you in the direction that you desire to go, that you want to go, not to where you don't want to go. Anyway, that's my segment. I'm done.
And real quick, like last week, we hit 10 years with our couples crew. It's officially 10 years.
I forgot. Wow.
End of the month, 10 years. So we have been going home for some time. So we're looking forward to our retreat. That's going to be
we got a retreat coming up.
Up
it's gonna be a good time.
March. Just time to come together with other couples and just renew.
It's gonna be a good
It's
gonna be a good time.
Anyways,
so shout out to the crew.
But
listen, guys. Like I said, I know I'm over time anyway, but listen, thank you guys so much for listening to our podcast. Hopefully that hopefully it bless you. And if it did, make sure that you guys follow us on all of our social platforms. So, sign up to us on our iTunes, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, everywhere, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. And check out our Linktree, linktree.com/a love like that. And I think that's all I have for you right there. I'm Brandon.
I'm Jacquelyn.
And this is a Love Like That podcast. Take care. Peace.